Hey guys, I never thought in all of the years that I've been doing business that I would actually have to make a video like this. And so before I get into the actual meat of this video, I want to just give you a little bit of background because obviously I need to reintroduce myself to a lot of you guys who obviously have never heard of me. And I don't promote like I used to, so I can kind of understand it. So let me tell you who I am. My name is F. Allen. I've been taking pictures since 1990. I'm now in print advertising. And a long time ago, well, not that long ago, but long enough ago, when I was 18, 19 years old, I became a photographer, and I've got to know a lot of people through that process. I've actually got good, and then, met even more people. And then as time went on, I got so good, or I got so popular that I was kind of feeling myself, and I went through an era of, being bigger than life, only to myself, right? Looking back, that's what I come with. But, at the height of all the pictures and everything I was taking, I had about 1,500 clients per year. And that's a lot. It's like 3 shoots a day, 365 days a year. And that's what it felt like, and all the stress and other things that come with it, I can talk about in other videos are fine. But out of all of those people, for all of those years, since 1995, 96, when I was really, starting to be pretty good at my craft, I had never, ever been accused of cheating or stealing of someone else's work. And all that changed until today, when I got a phone call from one of my Facebook friends and close people. And they were telling me that this guy was accusing me of taking his photo and putting my name on it, photo credits, as if I did the work. Now, when the person told me this, I just kind of laughed a little bit. And I said, okay, which picture are they talking about? Because I already know for a fact, 100%, that I've never put my name on anything that wasn't mine. So she goes to tell me about the shoot. I remember seeing a picture posted earlier that day, and it was this picture right here, a picture of China. China, let's see here. Let me go up here. I've been shooting China since she was 15 years old, right? That's her there. I've always had access to her in my studio. And then I remembered the photo shoot that the guy was talking about. Now, this is the picture that the gentleman shot. This is what he shot. This was his shoot. And now that I'm seeing this picture, because I did my homework and I kind of went on his page, never heard the guy before today. Not that that's not saying anything about him, or it's saying more about me because I'm not really that connected with the community. He could be hot shit. I don't know, right? I'm in my own world doing what my clients ask of me. So I recognized the picture from a year ago, and obviously it's China's birthday, so she's reposting, I guess, the photo shoot that we did. Now, this is the picture. This is the photo shoot that he did. This is the picture that I did, right? And as you can see, this picture is shot on white. Now, I want to be real clear about something, because what irritated me is not only was I accused of stealing the gentleman's picture, the photographer went so far as to say that I even took out his pink background and made it white, put my name on it, and as further proof, he could see the red reflection on her skin. Now, just for clarification, I didn't see any of these texts, but I believe 100% the person that told me. And so, it's just tough if she lied on you, right? But I believe it 100%. And the reason why I believe is because when I got the text from you, the direct message from this guy. Here it is right here again, if I didn't show it before. He's asking, and let me read the text message. He asked in the direct message, "Hello, I had a question for you regarding the credit of this photo." Totally matches up with everything she says. But now I know what's going on, so I just replied, "What's the question?" To this, at the time of this video, which is 10 o'clock at night, I have not gotten a response. I even followed up with 3 question marks just to dialogue with him so I could figure out why would he even think I would do that. So I wanted to get into, let's see, let me go back to the pictures again. I want to kind of get into this a little bit, right? So I looked through his Facebook page a little bit more, and I even found another picture, which was obviously from the same shoot, right? It's a picture of China, and she's on that same pink background as I'm looking at it, just for the first time I'm seeing it today. I know it's from the same shoot because of the date and a couple of other cues that I've got in there. But I'm looking at I see you. I see you, Vince, with your 4-foot backdrop. It's cute. I see her so close to that backdrop that her shadow is running up the back of the paper, the 4-foot paper. I see the lights bleeding onto the background, which basically just kills the richness of the color that you would have had on there, but I guess they got Photoshop for everything, right? So I just wanted to kind of zoom in on that because it's important, since I was accused of taking this ashy pink background away to put my white background on there. This is my studio. Okay? This is my studio again. This is me working in my studio. This is a live shot that was taken with the camera set up and everything. In this particular thing, I was practicing shooting with as little hot spots as possible, which is going to come in later. This is also my studio with a bunch of shit in it. You see all that white in that background? There's no reason in the world why I would have to take somebody who I've had access to since she was 15 years old, taking pictures for Michelle. Shout out to Michelle from Fashion Cafe. Rest in peace. Since she was working for her, why would I need to, for any reason, spend time in Photoshop when that's not really what I do anymore? But again, I don't expect you to know that, right? The point is, I was accused of stealing. Never since 1990 have I been accused of stealing somebody's picture. I don't even know anybody who would do that. Not only did I not do that, I don't know a single person who would do that. I have no idea what you cats are into nowadays. That's just kind of like BS. All right. So, there's other pictures of me. Now back to China's picture. What I wanted to do is I actually wanted to do a side-by-side comparison of the pictures and show you how even though I know for a fact I took the picture because I got the whole shoot, the raw files and everything. I was looking at the lighting style. When I see the picture that you shot of her, you're shooting her, with the lights hot on her face. When I shot her at this particular shoot, it was all reflected light. And you can see that on her face. When you look at her face, there's no hot spots on it because it's all reflected soft light. I was working on a particular technique at that time. I got this close-up picture right here that I'm looking at. And I actually had to go in and take the white background out because I've got pieces in my psych wall that need to be repaired. And so it's some patchwork there. You can see that there. All right. So I was not going to dignify this with any kind of response, but I've never been accused of something like that before. And I don't know you, and clearly you don't know me, because if you did know me at all, you wouldn't have fixed your lips to say something like that about me. Maybe it's my fault because I'm not out there and I'm not promoting and letting you guys know who I am like I used to when I was young, but I don't really feel like working in that bullshit type of environment that I grew up in. I'm past that. It's y'all turn for that. I don't even put my name on a lot of stuff. I'm in the corporate world. When you do 2 hours worth of work, 3 hours worth of Lightroom work, and you get paid $2,700 or more, right? Now, one other thing I want to touch on is, I guess there was a conversation about people stealing ideas or stealing your photographic swag and not having their own creativity or something along those lines. And in this particular case with China, and I wanted to make sure, because unlike you went out in the public with this thing about me that was not well considered, and you didn't get all your information, right? You should have waited to hear back from me. We could have had a conversation. I'm actually a pretty cool person to know. And if I have met you before, I'm sorry, I just don't remember. But let's talk about this particular idea with, this money. When China came to me to do this shoot, if I remember it correctly, and I'm pretty good on my memory, she told me that somebody else did the photo shoot for this look that she was doing, and she didn't like it. So she asked me if I could please just redo it. Now, I'm sure what really happened was she came to you to do the shoot. You couldn't execute it to her satisfaction. She came to me after I'm sure she paid you. I know China. She paid you your money, whatever you wanted to get paid for the work you did, at whatever level you did it at. And then she came to me like the boss that she is and had another boss photographer do her shit and execute it the way it was supposed to be executed. Now, because the idea was the same idea, which I didn't know about I didn't care about it until today. The idea was China's idea. I'm quite sure that you didn't have a duffel bag with $20,000 in it so that she can stuff her shit like, hey, I got this idea. Let me get this money and stuff your pockets with it. I'm pretty sure you didn't do that because I looked at your prices. You charged $250 for video. Shout out to everybody who shoots video for, $200 in a hand job. So I'm quite sure you weren't sitting around with $20,000 in cash in a duffel bag, giving her the idea to just do it. And I don't think that you would ask somebody to bring that much money to a photo shoot, real money at that, right? So I'm pretty comfortable with thinking that this idea was China's idea. So there's not even no swag or photo shoot creativity idea to be copied from another photographer. That is a mercenary job where China came with the idea. You were to execute it. You didn't. I did it. And because it looks so familiar, you throw a tantrum on Facebook with only half of the information. I'm not going to rant on any longer, but that's my official response. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. I mean, shout out to you guys that want to be out here and fighting over these girls in your industry that probably never washed their titties a day in their life. Y'all have at it. But that's just all I got to say about that, because if my record is perfect out here, it doesn't need to, if it comes into question, then it's something I have to answer. So there's the answer. Peace.